All right, I'm Rich Celenza, and thanks for stopping by my channel. So, what I'm going to get into today is sleeping, and I've done other videos and other things related to this subject. And don't mind the noise here. I live in Florida. This is our back behind. You're going to hear birds and all this shit, and they're nuts. Also, me wearing shades. It's just bright out. Call it for what it is. I used to be in and out of nightclubs and bars my whole life, so my eyes are a little damaged from going from darkness to lightness. But I'm going to make this pretty quick, and it's regarding sleep. I keep seeing all these videos on YouTube and all these people talking about how less and less sleep is better, or getting up earlier and earlier is better, that CEOs are up at 4 in the morning, these people are up at 4:30 in the morning to work out, this one's up at 3:30, and if you you wake up, you get 3 hours less sleep a day. If you look at the end of the week, it's 21 more hours you can incorporate. And then by the end of the month, it's this X amount, obviously. 21 times 4, whatever the hell, 84 hours, whatever. If you look at the end of the month, end of the year, look at all the things you could be getting done. But the truth is, I don't know about you, but I find that absolutely fucking ridiculous, because I don't know how hard you work out or how hard your job is or what you're doing, especially if you have children, kids, your lifestyle is. But I can assure you, you're most likely going to need a lot more sleep than these guys are saying, which is around, it sounds like it could be like from 4 to 5 to 6 hours sleep. I find it ridiculous, because I'm actually on the other end of the spectrum. As I'm getting older and I'm trying to stay in shape, work, travel, do all these things, I need rest. And I'm at like 7.5, 8 hours at least. I also need I sometimes take 1 or 2 naps. It could be 15 minutes to a half an hour, even an hour. And I may, in somebody else's head, could be like, you're wasting time sleeping. I don't know what they're talking about. I need that sleep for energy. It also helps me create. It helps me do what I want to do. I'm not walking around exhausted, because I do know a lot of people that don't get sleep, and they, one, look like a train wreck, especially around their eyes. Two is they're usually dragging ass. So I think a lot of times they're bullshitting you, telling you how they feel. And again, I'm not saying that there are people out there that they can handle 4 hours sleep, 5 hours sleep, maybe even 5.5, 6 hours. God bless them. But for the most part, I don't think most of us can run fluently or have energy doing that. Also, I think when they're telling you to go to bed early, that's another thing. Hey, program your brain. You got to get to bed by this time and wake up at this time. I don't believe anybody out there has the same type of schedule, even though society put us all in this 24-hour gap, right? And kind of made society say, oh, you got to work from 8 or 9 to 5 or 6. That's this. And then the graveyard is this. And a mid-shift is this. I've always had a problem with that. I was born and raised in the nightclub business. So even as a baby till, I went to school, I was programmed with my parents, and it wasn't their fault. They would go to bed late, obviously very late, and wake up late. But that was just our schedule. And it's always been a hard thing for me to break that. But I always can get up when I want to get up. And I always played sports, which obviously a lot of times, though, you're doing games, tournaments, everything in the mornings and stuff like that. But also from a creative point, I don't know how that works, because I know tons of authors, filmmakers, obviously script writers, just people with their own channel, everything, actors, everyone. Everyone runs a little bit on their own clock. So if you are a nighttime person, learn to accept it. Because if that's when you're creative, I don't care if it's musical or anything, start writing or doing it then. Okay, and your hours may be midnight to 2 in the morning, right? It could be 10 at night to whatever, 4 in the morning. I hear a lot of guys, because they have families and kids, when they put them to bed is quiet time, so that's when they create. Some other guys I know do wake up at 2, 3 in the morning to create, because then by 8 o'clock, then their day starts. I can't do that. But what I'm telling you is, figure out what works best for you with sleep. But I would definitely recommend getting the proper amount of sleep. And not falling for, I think, a lot of bullshit telling you to constantly be getting up and get all this shit done even before you go to work, and then you got your whole day ahead of you and you got this. That may be true. So if you're getting up at 4 in the morning, and then obviously, you get to the gym, you do all these things and get done whatever you got to get done, and then you go to work, and then you're done. By the time I'm done with work at 6 o'clock, you've been up 12 hours, I'm fried. I don't know about you. What's your home life going to be with your kids, with your wife, with your girlfriend, or whatever it is? I want a balance there. And I'm not telling you what to do. Again, I'm only here to help people improve. But I think a lot of times when people are pitching this bullshit, they got to be accounted for or told they're full of shit a lot of times, because everybody needs different amounts of sleep. Everyone has different lifestyles. Everyone has different types of jobs. You got dudes who are working construction or hardcore physical labor. I'm going to assure you they're going to need more than 4 or 5 hours sleep, most of them, especially if you're in climates like Florida, or if you're at the extreme of Alaska, whatever it is. So have some common sense. Don't keep following what other people tell you online, especially when it comes to your health. And that goes for dieting as well. Don't fall for that bullshit. I do a bunch of stuff on this where none of us, none of us truly eat the same way. None of us are really exactly the same when it comes to food. Most of us have different ethnic backgrounds. We like different style foods, all these different things. For people to tell you have to eat this type of food at this type of, and have this type of workout and have all these, you have to drink this and do this to get these type of results. Again, I'm calling bullshit. We all have different genetics, and you have to find what works for you. Okay, especially if you live, say, in the United States or you live in another country. Again, food's different. Everything is different. So just use your common sense. But hopefully this video helped you a little bit. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, I have a program called Mastering Self-Confidence where I really go into a lot of these things. And if you're interested, please join it. It's called Mastering Self-Confidence, the blueprint to finding the woman of your dreams, even if you've been through a bad breakup or divorce. That's all I got for you. All right, take care.